I just went into massive debt to buy the absolute property of my dreams. And it's got enough space for all my crazy ideas. Woo! Cars, automotive, mini bikes? Woohoo! What it doesn't have space for, however, is Wi-Fi and internet that just doesn't work. I mean, 2 megabit, are you kidding me? I'm like the fast Wi-Fi guy. Do you even believe that I've been putting up with this for like 2 weeks? And that's because despite having a top-of-the-line networking setup in my rack, crazy Wi-Fi 7 access points, it's all completely unplugged. This old house has basically 0 Ethernet, so we have no way to connect any access points or computers back down here. And even if we could, the 3 gigabit symmetrical fiber connection that I was very fortunate to be able to get, well, it's all the way up here. Multiple walls, many feet, and even an entire floor away from where it needs to be downstairs. So let's fix it.
It's fiber, not Ethernet, Jake. Fiber is scary.
I promise it's not. I mean, sure, it's a bit more fragile than Ethernet, but it's stronger than you might think. What is scary though, is this install job. I mean, woof. Pretty sure this isn't outdoor rated like UV protected cable, and it's definitely not installed or secured properly. Would you classify this as proper? They just tucked it behind the thing. I mean, to be fair, the internet does work, and realistically, it's fine because we need something way longer than this. Oh, maybe we don't need a longer cable. Look at this thing. Why did he put like a 15-meter cable to go 4 feet? Jesus. And also, what is this doing in here? Not a great install, but it does actually work somewhat decently in our favor that this is exactly where it is, because just below here, you can see the massive hole that they drilled in the stucco to run the old satellite TV cables into the house. We can just kind of do the same thing over here and get our fiber cable into the crawl space. And then we're already a floor down at that point. We just have to go over a bunch, maybe through some walls, you know? Should be easy. I own the walls. That means I also have to fix the walls if there's a problem with where I drill the holes. Maybe I should call Elijah. Before we do that, I want to this-ify this. I did say earlier that fiber is stronger than you might think, but when you end up with ends like this, where it's uninsulated, you want to be like just a whiff careful, you know, just a whiff. You could easily just like kind of that and it would be a bad time. You know what I mean? All right. One thing you do want to also be careful of is the ends of these things. You don't really want to touch it. If it gets really dirty, you can end up with too much loss and then your fiber won't work, which is also, I've heard, maybe not a good time. I got everything untangled. Here is the patch cable that goes into the house. Here's the stuff from the road. It is actually very nice that they left a bunch extra on this side in case for whatever reason you needed to move the box. This is not me recommending you to move this fiber box. I think your ISP might not like that, but also they did a shit job at installing it. So I'm gonna move it if I please, all right? When you buy a new cable, they come with a cap. How do I get this down? I've decided we're gonna leave the fiber box where it is because I don't want to have to patch a bunch of holes in the side of the wall. What we're gonna do is run a piece of conduit down to about 6 inches up, kind of here. That's where the other hole is. And that's where we're gonna drill. I want to steal this conduit, damn it. This is how you cut wires. What the fuck? Oh, how far down in the ground do you reckon that this piece of conduit goes? I don't think the conduit was very well sealed, I'm not gonna lie. Why would there be water in this cable pipe, Andrew? Oh my God, the teeth are gone. Well, here, wait, I got a solution to this. Go into the drainage ditch, damn it. Oh God, new blade with titanium. The battery's dead. Oh, for the love of God.
One debt to society later.
Yes! Oh God, this piece is not anywhere near long enough. Wow, that goes deep. We make it a little bit bigger. The biggest drill bit I have. Yes! Success! We're not gonna keep using this fiber cable, obviously. Fiber cable. Fiber cable that's outdoor rated, yes. Obviously, this little cable is not gonna make it to the basement, and that's because I want this to be kind of proper. So we're gonna install a fiber patch box on the inside of the wall in the crawl space so that this cable can come from here into there, patch at the kind of ingress point, and then we'll run a really long cable from there into the actual basement. That way, if this piece gets damaged, we can just replace it. We don't have to replace the whole run. And I'm gonna run like 3 of these. Maybe you can guess why. But if you can't, I'll tell you later. I got this from Infinite Cables, of all places. I'll link down in the description to all the stuff we used today, including all the stuff from them. Pull a little bit of that through. Oh shit, I see it. It's right there. Whose idea was it to make crawl spaces? Yep, that's cool. They left so much stuff in here that is seemingly completely unrelated to the current fixings and finishings of the house. There's like tile over there I've never seen before. Doesn't this wiring look so professional? The guys that replaced the well piping just left the extra pipe in here and also didn't fill the old hole. We love contractors. At least one thing will be done nicely. What do you think if we stick the box like a little bit more accessible and whatnot? We're not gonna be messing around with this, right? So I could also do something cursed like this though. Up in there. There is a universe in which this didn't have the fiber cables just like sticking out the bottom. I just thought of that after I mounted it, and honestly, I think it's all right. P.S. Don't throw your fiber cable. 3, 2. Okay. I mean, I just really wanted somewhere half decent for this to terminate rather than just stapling it to the joist. And we'll plug it into the little coupler. Did you fart? There's our first cable. And then we've got the big boy, 25 meters. We'll tuck it in the joist and call it a day. But I need to go see if I can even access that side. There is a bunch of space to pass cables through on that side. I guess I'm just punching them through right there. All right, I've come up with a plan I hate slightly less. This is Split Loom. It's basically just like corrugated plastic tubing that's split down the middle so you can stuff cables in it. Obviously, we'll mount it better later. Later, Jake. Shit, I should have ran this like through the drop ceiling first. Ew, there's like yucky stuff up there. Ew. Hate drop ceiling, especially when there's 2-inch gap above it. That's it. All the way over there. Mint. I just remembered I still have to pull the cables through the split loom. Wow, I pulled way too much through. I need all of this to go like 7 more feet. I don't know if it's better for me to just run this fiber cable not inside of the split loom and then just, it's like 9 p.m. and I am like maybe 20% done this project. Oh my God, that's magic, man. Is it getting pinched? What is happening? I'm wondering if I should have run the fiber cables along the entire length of the thing first, then stuck it in the tool just to insert it rather than pulling it through, if that makes sense. Many mistakes were made by Jake. He's making even more probably right now. Oh my God, I should have left it for tomorrow. Woohoo. Future Jake here. I acquired some conduit. I was just trying to fix this one, make it a little bit more straight, put in the clamp back in, and the screw just broke. It might break another one. I'm not gonna do that. I love working on my house. It's so awesome. Yes! Woohoo! And it mostly looks level now. Oh, I broke another screw. I literally like ogged the shit out of that hole. And now I get to start new stuff. That was all just fixing old stuff that somebody else did. Oh, there we go. Oh, she's minty bud. Minty bud. The conduit's all glued up. It's probably not the best way to do this, but now it's just time to feed our fibers through. I got one up there already and it seems like it's working pretty good. But now we've got fiber up in the box, and I can stick it through our little hole here and get it into the inside of the house. And then we just have to finish doing the rest of the way, which is going to take way more time. But at least there's no conduit. Oh, there's Split Loom. That's future Jake's problem. It's just that future Jake is like future Jake in 20 minutes. Feels a lot like current Jake, to be honest. While we're here, I should probably talk about the type of cable we're using. It's very important that you get the correct kind. You might notice that it's green in here, and that means this is an APC, or angled physical contact cable. As the name suggests, the end of the fiber is actually angled, and they do that because this is part of a PON, or passive optical network. That basically means they have one really big, powerful light source on the other end, your ISP that is, and then they use these really cool passive splitters that literally split the single beam of light into many smaller beams of light that are all virtually identical. And that means they can use one light source to achieve as many as like 256 individual connections. Usually it's more like 32 or 64, but you get the point. All of that without a switch. Since that one light source is so powerful, and since ISPs usually roll out the fiber infrastructure in an entire neighborhood or an entire street at the same time, and not everyone will actually subscribe and use it, they have to use these angled connectors because it reduces the amount of light that bounces back down the fiber. If you try to butt an angled one up to a flat one, it probably just won't work. And if your ISP didn't use the angled connectors, they would burn the ever-living shit out of the very expensive laser on the other side. That was a really long way to say, just make sure whatever cable you buy to do this with matches up with the one that's in your ISP's fiber box. And once we've got the rest of the run finished, then we can wind down with our sponsor Anti-Gravity and their 8K 360-degree drone, the Anti-Gravity A1. I came up into the barn to do the rest of this integration, and just like the A1, there's a pigeon in here that flies. And we realized why they swooped at me as I was climbing up the ladder. What do I do? Problem for later, Jake, at this point, I guess, because once you put on their micro OLED powered vision goggles, you're transported into a fully immersive flight experience where you can look around and see everything. And their grip controller makes flying so easy and intuitive that anyone can be flying like a pro in just minutes. So easy that in the full video I did on the A1, we got to fly this 249-gram drone off of a boat and explored beautiful downtown Vancouver, and all I could think to say was wow. What's even better is that their upcoming auto edit feature will take the 360-degree video from the drone and automatically edit and frame it for you to make some sick cuts for your social media, your friends, or your business. Heck, it's even getting voice controls so you can tell it to take off. And with up to 39 minutes of flight time on the high capacity batteries, you have lots of time to have a fantastic experience because it's 360, you don't even have to frame it right the first time. But to make it even better, for a limited time, you can save up to 20% on any A1 bundle and get a free landing pad. So what are you waiting for? Check out the Anti-Gravity A1 at jakkuh.com/antigravity or at the link down in the description. What do I do about this pigeon? Hey, and look at that! That actually worked out minty. I probably should cut a piece of wood and strap that piece of conduit down so it's a little bit more sturdy also on the inside. But honestly, this is way more than even your internet service provider would approve. Or require, I guess is really a better word for it. Oh yeah. Did I nail the length of this or what? Why did I put these in my pocket? Oh my God. Why did I put, oh God. Oh Jesus. Oh no. I can remember being in the crawl space of my parents' old house and not having a fear in the world about anything in there. And now I'm in this crawl space and I'm I don't want to be in here. There's so many spiders. How did that not bother me as a child? Since I know he's gonna watch this, everyone in the comments, wish my dad a happy birthday. It's his birthday today.
What is that? It is your birthday.
I would tell him for you, but he will watch this video and I guarantee you he'll check the comments. So if you say happy birthday to him, he'll see it, I bet. It'll have a bit of a bend down here because we got to keep our bend radius for the fiber. And it's it'll be fully protected in here. That's pretty cool. It turns out I didn't pull enough cable through, so they don't really reach all the way, but one of them is long enough, but that's okay because I only have one connection right now. The long-term plan, as soon as the ISP figures it out and gets back to me, is to have at least 3 internet connections. So I'll have 9 gigabit, and when they upgrade in the near future to 5 gigabit per line, I'll be able to have 15 gigabit internet. I'm gonna have to figure out bonding all those internet connections together in the real long term. I wanna do BGP and announce our own IP range. But for now, plus 10 gig for very cheap, I think will be very nice. I also got a quote to run a dedicated fiber line. Way less money than I thought. But for the right now, let's just see if my internet still works. Here's what the cables look like on the other side of the crawl space. I've got them in the electrical panel here. I think if we just lay the cables out like this, now they're like straight. There's no more coiling going on, no coilers. Then we can pull it through the top. But before we can test our new fiber runs, I need to set up this. You see, my internet service provider gives me this thing. It's called a network access hub, and it's a big clunky white box that not only acts as an ONT and converts the fiber signal into a signal I can actually use, but it also acts as a router. And I already have a fancy router, so I don't want this layer in between. And that's where this little module comes into play. It's just an ONT, and it actually runs some really cool community firmware that lets you basically spoof or masquerade as this box. So my ISP won't even know I'm using this, aside from the fact that there's probably people that work there that will watch this video. Please don't cancel my internet. In order to do the setup, you need something to plug it into so you can access it. And then in terms of connecting to it, you have to set a static IP, then manually set the IP on your computer in the same subnet. The thing is 11.1, so I set it to 11.2, and then we should be able to access it. And then you're gonna wanna check out the PON.wiki. It has information on how you configure the settings of this device to get it to properly spoof your ISP box for a bunch of different providers. I'm using TELUS. There's also instructions for Bell, AT&T, a bunch of the other US GPON, XGS-PON carriers. I've got the NH20T, so I copied all the settings from there, put in my XGS-PON serial number. This is not the actual one, get wrecked, hacker nerds. And then you just hit save, reboot, and in theory, we can take this thing and plug it right into my Ubiquiti Enterprise Fortress gateway and just completely bypass that box. And then in the future, I could get like 2 or 3 or 4 of these things. I just can't believe that this little guy has a whole web interface. It's fucking hot, ow. It lit up, that's good. The serial numbers on these fiber cables are the most helpful thing in the absolute universe. Shout out Infinite Cables, literal lifesaver. Listen. I know I've been yapping a lot about, oh, look at how nice this is. Oh, it's so well put together, proper install. This is getting raw dogged right now. We're just gonna stick her in the hole, and I don't know what I'm gonna do if it doesn't work. I'm just gonna plug it in. I'm not gonna look at it. It's working. Everything is mint. There's no way we damage those fiber cables. Please. Please. Woohoo! We have brought the fiber into the basement successfully. We're still getting 3 gigabits. This is sick, this little guy. He probably gets pretty warm when he's just cooking there. Actually, it's not too bad right now. The internet works, it's down in the rack now, and I can actually start to like not hate my life. Oh God, we didn't do the Wi-Fi yet. We're gonna do a crazy like Wi-Fi on the entire multiple acre property as soon as I can muster. But for now, I need to have some amount of Wi-Fi because the one E7 campus like sitting in the front corner of the house is not cutting it. Earlier, I found this. You see that? And I'm hoping it leads to the Ethernet port right here. Oh, it's Ethernet, but what the fuck? Oh, you motherfuckers. Is this the hole that the ants got into? Why would you have taken it out? And where does the port downstairs go? Damn it, it's phone line. What do we do now? We can just put up an AP in the basement and call it a day. We're looking around here and we look up and there's like the absolute jackpot, baby. A massive freaking hole. And you know what this is right here? That's the phone line that's right there. It looks like this just keeps going up. And maybe we'll find an ant's nest while we're in here. Wouldn't that be fun? Whoa, it's f***ing huge in here. Also, why is there no vapor barrier? Wait, there's vapor barrier on part of it. This is done really wrong. Not exactly great for your roof not getting moldy. And they also nicely put some plywood down so you could use this as storage space, except on top of that, they took a bunch of the insulation out of the floor. The home inspector, when I bought this place, noted that there was a bunch of places he could see on the thermal camera that were like cold, and I found them. Why is there an electrical outlet in here? It's been like 2 weeks since we've been here, and the list of things that needs to get fixed has quite literally like 5x'd. It's so he could plug in a dehumidifier to help with the fact that they removed the vapor barrier, duh. And that's after accounting for everything in the home inspection. There is at least this vent pipe over here, and they've run a ton of wires up there. So as long as we can find one of these in the basement, I think we might still be okay. All right, old satellite wires. There's 3 of them, so that means I can pull up here 3 times without having to do any extra work, which is sweet. We've got some infinite cables supplied Cat 6A. How did I end up with the outside of the tape? What the This is probably a lot. I don't think this is gonna come off. Oh, I already feel resistance. That's not good. What's going on down there, buddy? Hey! Cat 6A, baby! I want this, maybe these runs have to go to the bedroom or something. No, I punched the fiberglass. I'm gonna get itchy. No, don't cut it. Jesus. Woohoo! Mission accomplished, boys and girls. I was all worried about this and then it ended up being just fine. I might just stick to AP, like, well, maybe if I just mounted it to this stud. Long term, we're doing way more Wi-Fi than this. I'll probably have like 4 APs in the house. For now, I just need Wi-Fi that works, and I think this should actually be pretty sick in here. You ever just pull 2 cables to make your life easier in the future, and in the process, make your life more difficult in the now? Because I don't know which one is the one that I terminated. Woohoo! Yes, okay. That's a really good sign. Hey, look at that. 10 gigabit PoE+++, let's go. In the master bedroom? Should be really good. We're very close to the AP. Ooh, ooh. God, seeing gigabit over 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi, wild. Let's go to the other extreme, far away, all the way down in the basement. Previously, I had 1 bar in the master bedroom and it was like 6 megabit. So if I get 100 meg down here in the space that I could literally add an access point to in like 4 minutes, I'm not really complaining. And I'm especially not complaining because I'm getting 250. Even upload is like really good. 1 AP, the entire 3,000 square foot house. That's totally usable. And how about back where it all started? Next to our now dying ISP router. This is like the furthest point inside the house from that AP, realistically. Come here, come Snuggles, come here. No, 220 down, 100 up. Totally usable. So thanks for watching, guys. If you like this video and these absolute shenanigans, you need to get subscribed because honestly, we have barely even scratched the frickin' surface. Oh my God, the list is so long. And if you want to support this crazy adventure, check the Patreon out. You can subscribe and get to watch the videos without having to watch YouTube ads and sponsor spots. Bye! You ever seen a magnet that just goes through like an inch like that?